name is Tyler Bertrand, and I'll be doing question 1 of the case study Monopolistic competition. Which of the following graphs best describes the statement in the Australian Financial Review article? Australian breakfast cereal market has shrunk by 0.5% annually for the past 5 years according to IBIS World, and one of the seeds of its decline is chia. We notice that this is a positive statement as it is stating that there is a decline rather than it's their opinion that there is a decline. With the following graphs A, B, C, and D, we are shown the original values in blue and the changes in red. As we know that there has been a 0.5% decrease, we know that the demand curve must have shifted to the left. However, in graph C, we see there is no change in demand, so we can automatically eliminate C from possible options. Furthermore, as there is a shift in the left in the demand, and we are looking at monopolistic competition and not a perfectly competitive market, we should also see a change equal to the demand in the marginal revenue, and option A does not have that. So we can also deduct that option A is not the answer. So now we are left with the two graphs, B and D. Both of these are very similar, as they both have the change in demand, the change in marginal revenue, the average total cost, the marginal cost, and the change in price of P0 to P1, and also Q0 to Q1. However, the main difference of these graphs is where the loss is shown. Now we know to be a loss, they have to be under the average total cost. Both of these have them. However, P1 in graph B shows that the loss is below price 1. This is incorrect because the loss should be above the price. So as we can see, graph D is the correct answer. As we can see, the loss is right above P1, below the average total cost, and between P0. Thank you.
Question 2, monopolistic competition. For starters, question 2 is a positive statement as it reflects factual economic information about personal opinions or judgments. Basically, the question has been ruled down to two possible answers. Is it a change in marginal cost, or is it a change in demand, in the demand curve? Changes to marginal cost occur when changes are made to either of these two variables. These two variables are mainly changed through changes to the price of factors of production or advancements in technology. In this scenario, the article suggests that the loss by Kellogg was to do with consumer taste, and as marginal cost is more to do with supply curves and whatnot, we can rule out a change in a marginal curve as a possible answer. So therefore, the answer would have to be a change in demand. For starters, we have to make the assumption that breakfast is important and people weren't just giving up their breakfast cereals, but in fact, they were changing their demand from Kellogg's to market alternatives as they are substitute goods. Graphically, this looks like this. This situation which Kellogg is in at the moment is shown in the graph, whereas the loss made by Kellogg is here due to the demand curve falling down. However, as the question suggests, what happens to the market demand for the other firms? So, by the laws of substitutes, if the demand for one product were to go down, therefore the demand for substitute goods should therefore go up. So I made this graph to demonstrate the other substitute goods in the marketplace, and through the laws of substitutes, there will be an increase in demand. Oops. To conclude, the $293 million loss will cause an increase in market demand for other breakfast products. Despite Kellogg being a monopolistic competitive firm with similar products to that of their competitors, consumers can still see substitute goods in the market and will adjust their demands accordingly. Consumers prefer more healthier options and will adjust their demand. By the laws of substitutes, a decrease in demand for Kellogg will lead to an increase for healthier breakfast alternatives.
Question 3. According to economists, what type of advertising is this? To solve this question, I'll be using the elimination method. First, we look at part A, which states that economists view this form of advertising as a complete waste of money. This statement is completely wrong, as from an economic point of view, advertising benefits a firm substantially within the long run. Part B states the advertisement is a good stimulant to increase the demand of the product by children. Children have no income, so the advertising main focus is to manipulate rather than inform the public about the product being sold. Part D suggests that the firm is not a price taker. This statement is incorrect as there are limited selling powers within the breakfast food monopolistic competition, and since there are many distant substitutes, the firm must restrict their selling power due to the price control present. Part B is the correct answer, as economists believe this advertisement is an avenue to signal quality. Due to the nature of animation being a costly form of advertising, consumers are convinced that the product being sold is that of high quality, and thus answer B is the correct answer.
The characteristics of a monopolistic competition. Monopolistic competition is characterized by three attributes. There are many firms, there are differentiated products, and there is free entry and free exit from the market. The breakfast market demonstrates these three key elements of monopolistic competition. The breakfast market has many different firms in the market, such as Kellogg's, Nestle, Sanitarium, and Uncle Toby's. This is unlike a monopoly where one firm exists, for example, Sydney Trains, Australia Post, and Telstra.
The breakfast market contains many differentiated products, such as healthy options, gluten-free products, and on-the-go alternatives. The breakfast market is unlike perfectly competitive markets which sell the same products, example, Sydney markets and Paddy's markets.
Firms can freely enter or exit the marketplace to improve their profitability. This can be done by introducing a new cereal bar or cereal product, or taking out an existing cereal bar that is no longer profitable. This is different from monopolies such as Sydney Transport, who are unable to leave the market freely due to their necessity to society.